Hey, welcome to Live from Dennis's House. Today we are spotlighting Pat Benatar, Crimes of Passion, the #1 album of the 80s. Something like that. Anyway, so we got our guests on who we haven't seen since, I think, Christmas was the last time you guys were here. It was cold and it was dark, and now it's bright and sunny.
It was your birthdays.
Yes, it was our birth month.
Right,
but you were on with Santa Claus for December, so
It's his
we
birthday,
celebrated
too.
everything all at one time. And of course, Andy back there could not show up because he got violently ill right before the show. Yes, I think I was. Yeah. Was that explosive diarrhea or chlamydia? I forget.
Penicillin.
Cured it up. So anyway, we're going to start the show off. We're going to get to all great stuff of the 80s. We're going to talk to what everyone's been up to since Christmas. But we're going to start the show off with a long-distance dedication to Al Pacino, who's celebrating his 77th birthday today. And he was seen in, where was it? Belize, I believe, with a 38-year-old chippy out in the waves.
God bless him.
What a life. 78-year-old man living it up. This girl in a bikini, something. And you know who else his birthday it is? It is Nick, the producer's 22nd birthday.
Happy birthday,
And
Nick.
you know what? Nick is dating a 78-year-old woman. So it works out perfect.
No, he.
So
Good for you, Nick.
That's right. Ching, ching, ching.
it's Al Pacino's ex-wife. So it works out perfect. So we're going to start the show off with Hit Me With Your Best Shot for Al Pacino. Hoo-ah! Who else wants to say that? Everybody likes to say that. And we'll be right back with the show. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's talk about people who died first. It's always good to start off a show with deaths. And that Erin Moran, Joni Shortcake from Happy Days. Very sad. She was 56 years old, and everyone suspected that she died from drugs, but it was really cancer that she had.
Very
and Chachi
sad.
went and shot off his big mouth,
Yeah, he
and
did.
he's like, "Oh, you're gonna do drugs? This is what's gonna happen." And now her brother is
his problem.
Yeah, he did before he knew what happened. He just assumed. He jumped to conclusions. So now Erin Moran's brother wants to beat up Chachi.
Oh.
So
Nobody
he said-
loves Chachi anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know something that I heard that was hysterical? You know this, Chacha, that in Japan, Chachi means penis.
Yeah, I did
So
know that.
the show was a huge hit because it was Joni Loves Chachi. And
You know,
that
you
one.
have to wonder if that was on purpose.
Yes, it was a Japanese guy who invented that show. So, yeah, very sad. We'll miss her.
Yeah.
It was a great, great show.
Yeah.
Love that show.
Yeah.
Well, R.I.P. Shortcake. So now we're going to talk about what's happening with you guys now. So we're going to change up the format of the show. Normally I talk about other things, but now I'm going to talk right to you guys, and you're probably not prepared for
I'm
it.
taken
All right.
aback. I'm flustered.
Well,
I'm not prepared for anything.
Who
All right,
are
so
you?
I know some things I know, so I'll ask you about that. Laura, she's got over 300 bands going simultaneously, right?
I knew you were gonna say.
So you added a new one, 301 now,
I
right?
did,
So you want
yes.
to talk about this? You got a big event coming up soon?
Yes, actually, yes. So I have joined the Great Rock and Roll Time Machine, which is
Wow.
Davey Lister's band that I guess in the like Prince used to be, formerly known as. Okay,
Right,
so it's
right.
formerly known as Hair Metal Time Machine. But because what we're doing, he changed the format. So Hair Metal Time Machine was a band that did all 80s hair metal music. It was
Okay.
great. They, dressed in the costumery. They did incredible shows. But they want to expand it to do theater shows to include 70s, 80s, and eventually we're going to include it to have like 60s, maybe 50s. So it'll be like a rock and roll time machine,
Wow.
so that you can come see us and you can get like a flavor of all the different decades. So Davey approached me about being part of their show because I do a lot of the 70s hard rock stuff, classic rock stuff with the Moroccan Sheepers, one of my other 98 bands. And so I joined them, and let me tell you, we've been rehearsing a lot. We have a show coming up at the Grunin Theater for the Arts in Toms River. And that's on May 20th. And that theater is, I think it's part of Ocean County College.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get tickets for that
Oh, yeah, I know
right
that theater.
online.
Yeah,
it's a
we had
great little, it's a
event there,
big
yeah.
theater.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say little theater. It's a great theater. So our first show was on the 20th, and we've been rehearsing a lot. And I have to say, it's a really good show. Like,
Nice.
really good show.
Is this
It's gonna be
multimedia events going on as well at the same time?
Are you asking?
Light shows
Yes,
and
there will be lights. There will be. I don't want to give away all of the tricks, but we do have. We're gonna have some video behind us to
nice.
kind of
There
bring
you
you back
go.
through
All
the
right, very
ages. We're
good.
gonna have some In fact, I could probably borrow some stuff from you here that we could have. But yeah,
Good luck with that.
70s. I'll give you a hint of some of the stuff.
Yeah,
that
like
I'm
what song are
singing.
you singing? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I've got Smoke on the Water.
You're singing Smoke on the Water?
I am singing Smoke on
Wow.
the
I could
Water.
see that.
That's something.
I got
You
a
want to
little
do it now?
heart, I got a little bit
All right,
I
carry
can do
on.
it.
Sorry.
Okay. I got some Lita Ford for the 80s set. I've got some
Yeah.
Barracuda.
Ooh,
I should
nice.
have told you that because
No,
that's
of
a
course.
surprise.
Why? How's that a surprise? We want to know what we're gonna see.
Because it's gonna be awesome. But it's
Yeah.
it's great. And all the musicians are phenomenal. It's gonna and I'm gonna have to dress in costumery, so that'll be
Okay.
interesting for everyone.
So what are we gonna wear? Are you gonna be like Cher and change costumes all the time, or
No, I don't know
you're gonna
if
try
I-
and bring it all together with one
I'm
costume?
kind of so we have to. I'm gonna costume for the 70s and then costume for the 80s.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll have two costumes.
That makes sense.
All right.
And
Yeah, since you
working it
don't
out.
sing every song, you'll be able to change in the middle.
Well, we're gonna have a break in the middle.
Okay.
Right, so we're gonna do the 70s set and then take a little intermission, and then we'll do the 80s set.
Wow. Eventually, it's gonna be like a 9-hour show.
Yeah, it's kind of like my regular days anyway. When I'm like, strawberry pie, Moroccan sheepers.
And a full-time job.
I do have. Well, it's actually I only do 3 days a week.
Oh, okay.
So
Call that full time.
Well,
The way you do it is full time.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
All right, very nice. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna go check that out. We'll give out the information later on.
Thank
Now let's
you.
see what all three of you guys have been up to since Christmas. What exciting things have happened, Dee Dee and Andy, since Christmas?
I can't really tell you, but
See?
I can tell you what the band's been doing.
All right, sure.
No, since a little before the holidays, we've got Electric Pie now. So not only are we acoustic duo, acoustic trio, acoustic 4-piece, and now we're a 5-piece rock band doing mostly original music. And Andy is now our lead guitar player. We've got Scott Burton on bass, Mike Sikowski on drums, and the two of us. So we did Connolly's in Times Square, right, in December, and we played the bitter end.
wow.
Yeah, we
Very
How
nice.
cool is that? We got to play the bitter end. And we've got June 10th, we've got a full electric pie show at the Saint on June 10th.
And
Oh, yes.
City Winery.
City Winery.
The City Winery.
The City Winery? I love
The
that place.
City Winery.
with as part of an event for Little Kids Rock.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Is that with Fifth of Bourbon?
I don't know that.
No,
they're
that was
not on the bill
Connolly's.
on
No,
this
they're
one.
not.
What you do before the show is
Oh.
none of our business, Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, welcome back live from Dennis's house. I hope you enjoyed that break as much as we did. And now we're going to talk about some other stuff that's going on in the world. And you know what I heard today? That I think it was Nordstrom's is now selling $400 jeans that
Right.
look like they've been through the mud.
I
They look
know.
like they actually have mud on them.
Awesome.
So now I
And
just
people are up in arms.
I am in the wrong business.
Right?
why would they be
Yeah,
up in arms
seriously.
though? It's just
It's
that I'm
just
waiting for the
like,
first
don't buy
person
it.
I see, and I'm going to punch them directly in the face. So if you're wearing these $400 mud jeans, wouldn't that be funny? It's just a guy coming home from work, and I thought he's wearing the mud jeans, and I punch him in the face.
He's now the
That would be
fashion icon.
hilarious.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Assault
Yes.
is always funny.
Well, I'll know. See, this is how I'll know that if he has a man bun and mud jeans,
Oh,
then
yeah,
I know I
then
can
you're
punch him in the
done.
face,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But
Do it for the man bun. He doesn't have to have the That's
right.
yeah, he gets a double punch in the face.
Exactly.
Like the Rock'em Sock'em Robots. So, yes. Oh, I don't know if you're interested in this, but I had a genius idea that I wanted to discuss with you,
Oh,
and
do
that maybe we
tell.
can all invest in this. It's. I was thinking of breeding
I
a
get
watermelon
scared
and an
every-
apple together. That's just think how delicious that would be. It's like an apple, has the skin of an apple,
Okay.
but you could chew it like this,
An apple
right?
melon.
And it inside's watermelon. And there's no
Oh.
seeds in it also.
Oh.
So it's just deliciousness with every bite. You don't have to worry about seeds and the
Sounds awesome.
rind.
What color is it?
Whatever
Like
color
that
you want.
juicy red?
Yeah, of course.
I
We'll
like
make
it.
designer colors.
I
I'm down
like
with
it.
See?
Cover
All
it in
right.
mud and charge
So-
$400.
Absolutely.
All right, so write that down. We're going to call it the
Okay.
Wapple. So
Rapple.
apple melon, the apple melon. Come on.
Wapple sounds much catchier. You know?
Yeah,
People-
the apple. It's like the grape one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So, all right. So, there's one other thing I want to talk about. Very controversial.
Oh.
That we'll cut this out if we have to. But
Don't make me do it. Don't
Every
make-
time
I'm
he has a
not.
glass
I'm not
of
bringing
wine.
up anybody's names or anything. But I'm
Okay.
just saying, in general, am I the only one who cares that the rebellion has left rock and roll?
No, I care.
Everybody else, raise your hand if you care about that.
Well,
And-
I know that the rebellion
outraged,
has left
Oh,
rock and
it's
roll.
I
it's
am
left.
outraged.
It's
What are you talking
completely
about?
left. I don't want to
If it
mention any
wasn't
names.
for-
All right, let's say a very big,
Outraged.
huge rock star who lives in New Jersey was recently seen on a yacht with presidents and Oprah and things like that. So it's just that they're crossing.
Vacation.
I think he made that.
No, but it shouldn't happen. This is what I'm saying. I don't care who
agree.
the people are.
I see what you're
That
saying.
there should be. You know how we have the separation church and
man.
state.
Right.
Exactly.
It's the man.
Separation
They-
of rock and
And the
state.
man
Yes, there should
between
be
shall never
separation.
leave.
Exactly, separation
I'm with
between
you on that.
state and rock. You
I'm
know
with you.
that we're supposed to be against them. It's us against them.
Right.
Politicians are always bad. Don't be
Always
fooled by
bad.
the
that.
establishment.
Exactly.
all the
I'm
same.
with you.
All right,
We
yeah.
agree on something.
Ooh.
Oh my God!
I knew.
Wow.
Something controversial. I gotta do this. I'm like,
250th visit, they would come
I gotta put
together.
myself in my Zen.
Make
place
sure
when
this
Dennis starts
moment
to
is
talk.
going down in
Yes,
history.
nice.
It
See,
is.
I knew if I
Good.
kept bringing up controversial subjects, someone would agree with me eventually.
I'm
Other
with
than
you.
me?
Yeah, because I posted
you
this
have to.
recently.
I do.
I posted this
It's in my
something like this.
contract.
All right, call me when you're ready. Text me. I'll be over here. That I posted this recently, and because I was foolish enough to name names,
Yeah.
people just couldn't get past that.
Right.
They're just like names,
Yeah.
names. I like this person. Blah 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 blah. Oh, speaking of this person,
And they
you
didn't-
guys saw this person, didn't you, recently? Would you
Yes.
guys like to elaborate on that? We'll
Actually,
go
don't-
right into
oh,
this.
they did.
These two.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
saw this show, and I love this person, by the way.
We all do.
I don't
It's
know.
everything is
personally.
separate.
So with this person,
I
his
say-
initials
Andy,
are Bruce
Where
Springsteen.
were we? Where?
Yes, and you guys
Oh,
saw
at the
him
Yes.
at the Paramount recently.
Yes,
Tell
we
us
did.
about this show. I'm dying
I'm
to hear
yelling,
about
I
this.
don't like
Andy, you talk.
Well, we went to see the. It was called Before the Dawn, right?
Yes.
It was the documentary about the social issues in Asbury Park in the 60s and 70s. Great documentary. Not so much about music, but it was intertwined, and it talked about all the riots that took place, why the town was shut down for so many years, and then there was a jam afterward, and beginning of the jam, Bruce came out just like anybody else, and it was just non-controversial.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Kept his mouth shut.
And what
played
did he
guitar.
play?
And
What
he-
did he play? Did they play his songs, rock
No,
songs? What?
Just old classics.
Oh,
and
yeah?
He was just another guitar player in the band.
He
Oh,
was just
cool.
jamming. And tell him what he did with the kid.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
No, it was a good thing. It was
this
a
is
good
the
thing.
controversial. This-
Get ready.
This is breaking news.
This could be
You heard it
good.
here first.
What happens in the Paramount?
It was band camp.
Part of the jam was the Lakeside kids.
Lake
had to
House.
Come out, Lake House.
That's like the rock school
The
for little
School
kids
of Rock,
and
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they came out and they did their own set, and then they brought them back out at the end of the night when everybody else came out. It was really special, and they had I don't know how old this kid is. He's a great guitar player.
9, 10 maybe.
9, 10, his guitar is bigger than he is. And he was just wailing away, but he came out for the final jam, and he's playing, and nothing's coming out, and Bruce he didn't have a cord for his guitar. Bruce took his cord out, plugged it into his guitar, and he finished off the show.
You let the
Ah,
kid
nice.
jam, yeah.
There you
And-
go.
To make
Yeah.
up for his yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's redeemed himself. Yeah.
I may
Yes.
hang out with Oprah, but I also loan a cord to a 9-year-old.
So that he can wail on his
I
guitar.
just want to clear something up though. That if I was invited to go on this yacht, I'd be pushing Bruce out of the way to get on that yacht. So I'm just bitter and
And then
angry
there's
that I wasn't
that.
invited. So
Don't
Oh,
say
aren't we
that.
all?
Say that. It,
Don't,
you know,
you
like
know.
you get invited. What are you gonna say? No, but
Hey, they
Well,
free
hey,
food.
you know,
Yeah, really.
I'm not a millionaire rock star, so I'm allowed to go do
Whose
these things.
yacht was it?
It was David Geffen's yacht, who's like the richest guy in the
yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
And I bet he had young boys running around in hot pants too. He's known for that, really. So
You're not,
no,
show
I'm not
news.
making that up. I think so. So anyway, to each his own.
Exactly.
it's that or girls in bikinis. What's the difference, right? It's the same.
Huge.
Yeah, depends
I'm
how you
just
look at
saying,
it.
the only difference is what your taste is.
She's a lawyer.
Some
She
like
knows,
white
she
chocolate,
knows.
some like dark chocolate, you know.
Yeah. And now we're going to talk about Pat Benatar and Crimes of Passion. Here we go. Look at that album cover.
I love her.
That is so hot.
Beautiful.
I know.
And
She's the girl.
this was her second studio album released in 1980, released August 5th, 1980. And it was recorded at the Sound City Studios, the famous place in L.A. And who was the personnel, you may say? It was Pat Benatar, Neil Spider Geraldo, guitar and husbandry. And then no one else knows the rest of these guys, but I'm going to name them anyway. Scott St. Clair Sheets. That's an awesome name.
Yeah.
I'm going to change my name to that. Dennis St. Clair Sheets. Roger Capps, and looks like this drummer, this was his debut, Myron Grombacher, who ended up staying with the band for many, many years. So this was an amazing album. Let's talk about this album before we get to Pat Benatar. And we'll say the songs on here. Treat Me Right, You Better Run, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Hell Is For Children. And did you know You Better Run was the second video ever played on MTV?
First
All right,
guitar ever played on MTV.
Oh, okay. Now, Chacha, I know you know the
Oh,
answer, so
yeah.
don't answer this.
Okay.
Who knows the very first video that was played on MTV? Go ahead.
Video killed
Killed
the
the
radio
radio
star.
star.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good. Everyone
you know,
gets
they
bonus.
wouldn't deserve to be here. If they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know.
Chacha
Come
would've went
on,
all,
these guys are the real
ballistic
deal.
on you,
No,
yes.
but I knew.
I saw the look of
I would've
judgment
been
on her face.
shocked.
She was
I
ready.
know.
She was ready to lash into us.
If she was a nun, she would have had a ruler and she would have hit us.
Because I expected you
I was
guys
a child.
to
I'm a child
know.
of the '80s. MTV. I
Yes,
remember when
yes.
MTV. I remember seeing that video.
Yes. And I got to say, I was very upset that I did not have MTV when this first
Right,
came
I
out.
remember.
And it was very upsetting to me because I lived in Queens. Chacha
Yeah.
lived on Long Island, and they had cable and MTV on Long Island. But Queens, which is part of New York City, the biggest city in the world, doesn't have cable
Queens is
TV.
like Bangladesh.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just because it was so much corrupt that we couldn't get cable for many years. I had to watch Wometco Home Theater, if anyone knows what that
I don't
is.
even know what that is.
I do, yes.
It was some little crazy box that they put on there, and they'd have porn on at nighttime. It'd be all scrambled, and you'd have to try and say it like that. So anyway, this album, it went up to number 2. Surprisingly, it did not go to number 1.
Crazy.
It was 5 times platinum, though. And did you know that Hit Me With Your Best Shot was the highest single on the album? It only went to number 9. Shocking. I would have thought they were
Yeah.
all number 1, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what was wrong with people back then.
1980.
Yeah,
what
so-
was going on then?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, yes.
Great song.
So we'll talk about Pat
Madonna.
Benatar. Yeah, it was so much. This, to me, this really identifies the 80s to me. You know, when
Yeah.
I think of Pat Benatar, when I see her, when I
Right,
hear the
of
music,
course,
it's like
the
all the
hair.
80s, you
Yep.
know? Like, look at that, what do they call that thing? That
What?
she's wearing, this thing.
Tank
A
top?
tank top?
No, it's not a tank top. It's like a dance
Oh,
wear.
leotard?
the
leotard.
Leotard, that's
Yeah,
it, yeah.
kind of,
Because they
yeah.
thank
So
leotards on
leotards.
here.
Oh, leotard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, special thanks to Flexitard for the
There you go,
leotards.
yeah.
Yeah, and look on the back cover. I'll show you the back cover now. Look at all of them with their 80s wear on.
Yeah.
The skinny ties and everything.
You know what the thing Pat
That was awesome.
about the 80s? She was the perfect synergy of rock and pop.
Yes.
Right.
She had the best of both elements from the 80s of like, you know, pop 80s. There's some pop 80s
Right,
that's
right.
just like,
Yeah, it was like Madonna. Everybody loved Madonna. Girls
Yeah.
loved Madonna. But this was rock, much
But
more
it
rock
was
than
rock.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Really was.
and the reason I loved her was because her songs were not about, oh, you're breaking my heart and I'm so sad. They were like, you break my heart, I'm going to punch you in the face. You know, I'm fine, man. You broke my heart, but I am moving on. I'm going to step on you as I move out the door. She was so rock and roll.
Yeah.
And just that voice. So
And she
know
could
it.
sing. That's the
Yeah.
difference, too.
And she was gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we'll do a little bio on her. She was born, nobody knows what her real last name is. I can't even pronounce it. But it's Patricia May Andrzejewski or something like that. It's a very Polish name. I always thought she was Italian, but she was not. She was born January 10th, 1953 in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Did you know her?
Yeah.
She moved to Lindenhurst, Long Island after that. And she was trained as an opera singer. She planned to go to Juilliard School.
That's
But
right,
she
Catholic
dropped
school.
out. out. You know why she dropped out? She got married to Dennis Benatar at age 19.
Because he was going away to the army,
Yeah, that's
right?
crazy. Who gets married at 19? So they moved
She
to
wanted to get
Virginia,
out.
and she worked as a bank teller. And then in 1971, she quit to pursue a singing career after seeing Liza Minnelli at a concert down there.
Oh,
Isn't that
wow.
something? You would have never
Inspiration.
known that. Yeah, Liza. Well, yeah, Liza could sing too.
Heck
So anyway, it all came together in the 70s that she divorced this guy in 1979. She got a record contract with Chrysalis, and the producer, Mike Chapman, introduced her to Neil Giraldo.
Yeah.
She said, I know this guy. He's a guitar player, songwriter, singer, and he's playing with Rick Derringer right now. So meet him, come down
Oh,
here
wow.
and check it out. So he came down. She was in the other studio. They were auditioning other people. And she said that she heard him come in and that he was saying, can I borrow your axe, man? And she got so mad that this guy showed up without a guitar to a guitar audition that she said, this guy better play or I'm throwing him out of here in 2 seconds. And then she said when he walked in, everything changed because
Yeah,
he
I
was
bet.
so
Yeah.
handsome that she said, I hope he
Take
can
mine.
play. So he can play great. He's a great guitar player. Andy, would you agree with that? Yes,
Absolutely,
he's
yes.
an excellent guitar
And he's
player.
very handsome too.
It's true.
Not that there's
It's
anything
a
wrong
real
with
man
that.
to admit that.
I'd go on a yacht with Neil Giraldo anytime.
Okay, calm down now. Calm down now.
So and the rest was history. That from that day forward, they produced beautiful music. They got married. They've been together 37 years,
Yes, they have.
2 children.
Yeah.
And you know what I heard was the nicest thing? That she stopped touring in 1985 after she had her first daughter. And she said, that's it. You know, I want to have a regular life. You know, I have enough money. I have enough fame. I have enough Grammys. I need to raise my child. So they continued to make albums, but they stopped touring for a while until the kids became a big pain in the neck. And then they said, we got to get out of
You know how that
here.
Send me somewhere. Anyway.
yeah.
But you
yeah.
know
I
you've
get it.
made it.
You
when-
get it.
So
Yeah.
she had 4 Grammys, 19 top 40 singles. Let me name all these songs. Besides the ones on here, I'll name them too. Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Love Is a Battlefield, We Belong, Invincible, Heartbreaker, Treat Me Right, Fire and Ice, Promises in the Dark, all filed up. And did you know Neil Giraldo was a great songwriter and producer, and he also wrote Jesse's Girl for Rick Springfield,
Oh.
I did not.
the
That I
number
did
1
not know.
smash.
He wrote that?
Yes, yes, and produced it and everything. Yeah. So he wrote a lot of songs that we don't even know about. So it was great. She's so great. And now, did you guys see her recently in concert?
did.
Anyone?
Oh, yes, we did.
Okay,
Yes.
because we did. We saw him in Staten Island.
We
Yeah.
missed you guys, but
We were in
at
Staten
the ca-
Island. That's why you
we
missed
were at
us.
the base scene.
we missed you by 60 miles, whatever it was. But yeah.
How'd you enjoy it?
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was just so nice, right? So intimate is the word I'm looking for. Like you were in their living room, right?
Yeah.
Did you
got the
have a
stories.
fist fight at yours?
What?
No.
Was there a fist fight at
No,
yours?
it
was a
was
fist-
lovely.
There wasn't
Oh, yeah,
ours.
there was. Staten
that's
Island.
Cops
exciting.
were called.
I've
Women
been,
were dragged out.
there was 2 women
Women?
fist fighting, yes,
Oh.
and the cops had
2
to come and
women
say,
fist
yeah.
fighting?
So I was
That's
thinking about
awesome.
that if you're like a 40, 50-year-old woman and you're getting into a fist fight
Yep,
at a
that-
Pat
Oh,
Benatar
God.
acoustic concert,
You want to rethink
There's
your
you've
some
made
wrong.
some bad
There's
choices in
definitely some
life.
wrong.
Yeah, so.
You want to spend the next day rethinking your path.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's true.
So,
Yeah, they were.
All right.
yeah,
They,
go
they
ahead,
were
talk
giving
about it.
all the stories about
Yes,
how they
and that
wrote
was
the songs and all.
And that was
It
so good.
fabulous.
I would go see that again for sure.
These
It
two
was
avoided
awesome.
a fist fight somehow.
We never fight. Not
No.
one.
We spread love.
That'd been
We
awesome.
do.
All right, so those playing at home now, go get your Pat Benatar album and start smelling it because we are going to smell it and we're going to name our favorite song. You can name it off this album or all time.
I have
And I go
one.
first
Oh,
as
that's
always.
a hard one. How about
Ah,
you
delicious.
name your Pat
Now
Benatar
I'm going with.
song?
You'd be surprised, but I'm going with Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
Ah,
It's just
really?
such a catchy tune. I know we've heard it 10 million times, but think about the first time you heard it and how catchy and awesome it was when you were wearing that skinny headband and your
I had that.
Leg warmer.
flexitard. Yeah.
when I was roller skating with the headband, and then at the end of the night, you would take it off, and you'd have a big
Right,
indentation
right.
across your forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that scene though in Fast Times at
I-
Ridgemont
you know
High?
what? Yes.
When
That
they
had to be
came
the
back
thing.
to school
Yes.
and then they're talking about, oh, look, there's 5 Pat Benatars and 6 Madonnas. And,
Now you know you made it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Um.
What's your favorite
see.
song?
Okay. This is kind of
Hit Me With Your Best
impossible.
Shot.
I was a huge Pat Benatar fan,
Yeah.
and I don't know that I can pick a favorite song. Hit Me
You
With Your
have to.
Best Shot is totally iconic and one of my favorite
Right,
songs,
right.
just because it is. Heartbreaker.
Ah.
Oh.
I mean, I love singing Heartbreaker. That's one of my favorite songs to sing. Hell is for Children.
Oh, I was just
can't.
gonna say
I
that.
just can't. I
That might
can't,
be my
like-
second one. Hell is for
Yeah.
children.
I don't know that I can pick a favorite Pat Benatar song.
All right, we're gonna have to ask Laura to leave the studio.
All Fired Up, though, was another song that, even though it's not really like
She
one of her
can name
classic
every song on
songs,
the album.
I remember when that came out. Because
And
it was
then
like,
in 1989, my favorite.
I can't help it, but I remember like.
All right, we'll come back to you, Laura.
Yeah,
you think
go
about
on,
it.
go on.
Cha-Cha,
Go
what's
on.
your favorite Pat Benatar song?
Oh, We Belong. Of
All right, very
course.
good.
But yeah,
Dee Dee.
what you
I'm
know?
gonna heart of my heart.
Nice.
Oh.
Andy.
Nice.
Like a Virgin.
That's not
I should hit you for that.
That's
Hit Me With Your
blasphemous.
Best Shot.
All right.
Okay.
So you could break the tie or
That was
hit me with your
wrong.
best
That
shot
was just
wins, Laura.
wrong.
It's up to you. You're the deciding vote right now of the best Pat
Oh.
Benatar song of the 80s.
Laura, don't let me
Too
down.
much pressure for me.
All right, so while she's thinking
Heartbreaker.
about that, Heartbreaker. All right.
Ah,
Would
Good
you like
one.
to investigate this album right here? This is her first album. Look in the right-hand
Oh,
corner
my-
by your hand there.
She's
Is that a suspect? Laura, would you like to investigate that?
That looks like a blue dress. I don't know.
This right here.
Well, I don't want to know.
That I do want to
Oh, was
say,
this yours? Was that your album?
this was mine, and I was 14 when this came out.
You can just hold on to that.
I don't want to touch that.
You can hang on to it.
Yeah,
That's
but
nice.
Yeah,
You
I can
gotta-
see
you
why.
gotta
Go, look
wrap
at the-
this
look
up,
at the
Nick.
picture. Look at the picture. Show the picture to everybody.
This one?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a
Who
reason.
wouldn't?
Duh. Yeah. Of course.
I've never seen.
This is awesome. I'm kidding.
Thank
This
you,
was
son.
this is mold from being in the basement for 8 years, of course.
Okay,
How
sure.
dare you?
It's mold.
I would have never brought it to your attention if it was like something
Yeah.
organic
Okay.
suspect. Yes. So anyway, she was a great, great artist. She's still going strong.
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah.
great artist.
She looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh my
she
God,
looks
she
great.
does. She
sounds
sounds
great.
great.
Everything about her is awesome. Go check
Yeah.
her out.
She was my idol. She was
Yes.
who I wanted to be.
Really, that was your favorite one that
100%.
got you into singing? Said I want to
Yes.
sing. All right, there you
Yeah.
go. Very nice.
It's a child of the
So,
80s.
all right. So now it is time for the news. It's a very important news story here. So, right out of the annals of Madhouse Magazine.
Did you say
So,
Annal or?
yes. So, did you hear about this story? There's a feud going on in the rock world that in a recent interview, Aerosmith drummer Joey Kramer put down the Rolling Stones and specifically drummer Charlie Watts. And Charlie brushed off news of the article with, "Who the F is Joey Kramer?"
Yeah.
However, things got ugly when the two drummers met. Watts and Kramer ran into each other backstage after a recent concert by the De Silvas in New Jersey. When Kramer confronted Watts, Watts yelled at him, "Go get your shine box," and bitch slapped Joey Kramer 3 times quickly across the face. A stunned Kramer stood there in silence for a moment before Watts bum rushed him and proceeded to stomp a mud hole in Kramer's butt. Watts was a former boxer, and he commented, "No one messes with Charlie." Kramer was treated at Jersey Shore Medical Center for a broken nose, 3 broken ribs, various cuts and bruises. Kramer muttered an apology through his missing teeth. "I am sorry, Charlie. I am not worthy." There you have it. All the news,
Oh
not
my
fit for print. Let's hear it for
Totally true.
Charlie Watts.
Charlie Watts.
I heard about that.
Who would have thought?
No, you wouldn't.
Such
have
violence
thought.
in
Go
rock
get
and
your
roll,
shine
right?
It's always the quiet ones.
Yes. Very good. Let's hear it for 1980 and Pat Benatar.
Great year.
And let's hear it for all of us. See you next time on Live from Dennis's House.
Yay!